Hello everybody, Dutria here once again. Today we are gonna play the King's game on Nightmare Hardcore mode. I will simply show you an easy setup how to beat this map. I've seen plenty of setups lately. I joined different games and I was like, this is not really how you should do it. So I will show you one without the extra defenses. I don't need them. But if you do get the extra defense units, then you can also always add some traps for it, which would make it easier. This setup will also work for survival, but you won't get all the way to 25 in this build. That's simply... then you need either you need a few good DPSs with you, or you need high-end stats for it to work. But yeah, let's start with what I've done so far. I've placed 3 auras, the snare, the strength drain and the electric on both on both the crystals. I can't talk and think at the same time. That's simply no. I can't do that. Anyway, then we go to the squire. We're placing 3 harpoons at each crystal. This build works with 1 player, this build works with 4 players, so don't worry about that. It's all been tested. I'm not quite sure what stats you do need for this to really work, but I would suggest to have a decent summoner, because the summoner is pretty much the important one, and a good range on the auras would also be very nice if you have that. Going over to the EV. This build will also have a safe room where you can just simply camp in. What does that mean, you might wonder? Well, because my stats are quite good, I don't really have to maintain them all that much. I can simply just leave it be. Especially because I use a build that repairs itself, and I will talk about that a little bit later. First, let's get this done before time is running out. And the safe room will be built in the second round. There we go. Switching to the summoner. I see that I missed one little mana token. Anyway, I'm back to the build. Need to hurry now, I see. That's fine. I can work on the pressure. There we go. Try to get as much down as we can. Both sides. Because I've been talking, made a few mistakes, this is taking a little bit longer than it should. But that's fine. So, I'm not gonna walk around because I don't need any defense units or whatnot. Why did this one cancel? Or did it? No, it did not cancel. No, it built, sorry. So yeah, to start with, I always place 1 minion right here. If an ogre comes from this part, he would get blocked by this one. And don't go all the way to your harpoons. Although even if they do, it's not really a problem. And this is the same. Well, what are we gonna do here is make a blockade of minions on both sides, so the harpoons can't get struck. Although the ogres will be aggroed by the harpoons. Which means you have just a living wall. To come back to my regeneration setup is simply minions. Minions can regenerate themselves. So that's awesome. They can simply regenerate what they're doing. So if you have a wall or other minions and they get attacked, then the mage will simply make sure they will get healed again, the archers or ogres or whatever you have in that line. I have made it myself a little bit more difficult than it should, because I didn't move around to get mana, but I should be fine. So yeah, I would prefer people to just walk around and get the mana they need. 5 DU. This guy is blocking it a bit, but you can also place it here, just 2. This one can be a 1. Now we're gonna go to our safe house. This is gonna be a 2. This is going to be a 1. And here is going to be another 1. There you go. And now you can just stand here and nothing can hit you. Simple as that. So you can easily get XP. If you have somebody, a friend, who can build this for you so you can get all the XP you want, then he will just maintain the build and you will get all the mana, and you could switch around on that and both get the big amount of profit. Well, all these reflection beams are simple to protect everything behind it. Now jumping down. There we go. 5, 3, 2, another 5. So all the minions buffs are 5, and the buffs on the harpoons are 4. Ah, that's a waste. Well, I'm gonna increase these a bit. A little bit more mana. Oh yeah, this is an excellent way to get XP nowadays. It's an easy map. Really not hard. All you need is a nice setup, and setups aren't all too difficult as well. Trying to collect some more mana, try not to get hit. And as you can see, this will maintain itself. Now you might wonder, why don't you put the mages on this side and on the lower end inside the buff beam? Well, I have one simple explanation for that. Let's say you do that. A mage, if it gets hit, it goes down quicker than an archer. Way quicker. And that's a problem. It has less health, and if it goes down, your buff beam is gone. You don't want that. So that's the main reason why I don't have him here. This one is here, but it will move back here, so it won't get hit anymore, so it won't go down. And this one is just way back here, so it won't get hit. And if it does get hit, and it does get destroyed, no problem. No problem. Oh yeah, now I'm just collecting a little bit. Oh yay. Now collecting a little bit more. Waiting until this game ends. And then we're gonna summon the minions. So yeah, as you can see, I've used 150 defense units. You could add an extra 10 if you go through all the tiles. I will also show you those in the next wave, because now I can just simply build everything. If you have more DU, you also have more MU, so you can build more minions as well. So as I said, this one is going back. Summon an extra. This one is going to move. 1, 2, move the one a bit back. That's 6. 1, 2, 1, and a 2, and a 1. There you go. That's it. So you have 6 on this side, 5 on this side. Try to make sure they can't get through. So put them right together. If you need extra, you could just put the mage in there as well. But yeah, as I said, if it gets hit a lot, then you have chance that it gets destroyed, and that would simply just be a nasty one. You don't want that. No. All I have to do really is just upgrade my buff beams and I'm fine. This can't be better. No. Sometimes I wonder what's up with that. It shows green, but it certainly isn't green. It's not better. Okay. Jumping down. Getting more mana. And upping a bit. With 3 auras. So we're gonna show you all the tiles. There are a lot around. Oh, ooh, lucky. Well, one's here, as you can see by the shiny. One's over there, but be careful because that the chess piece can knock you off. So that's a tricky one. Oh, one is over here. One is down here. Go away. One is back here. That one. Then you got one up there, but you can easily get up there by... Oh wait, I'm gonna upgrade first. So hang on. While we're at it. There we go. So yeah, one was up there. You can reach it from here. Then one is here. Just walk down here. If you walk down here, you can easily get to that one as well. Then there are a few more. One is here. One is there, behind that chess piece. Right there. And there are 2 left. Hope you guys can remember all this. Up once more. One is here. Ah, that's a shame. I thought I hit it, but I didn't. And the last one is right here. So on this side you've got 2. On the other top side you got 1. And that's it. For the upper level you've got 3. Then on the ramp to the upper level you've got 2, 1 on each side. And on the lower level you've got 1. Oh no, on the top level you got 4. I forgot this one. So yeah, 4 on the top. Then on the ramp to the top you've got 2. On the lower you've got 1, and at the bottom you've got 4. Yeah, I believe that's it. I should just G this. Yeah, let's just G away. So yeah, all I really now have to do is just sit back and relax and enjoy. Because this safe house is really safe. Nothing can come through here. Simple as that. Why did you put all these reflections up here, you might ask? Because you've got a reflection there, a reflection there, and a reflection there. Nothing should be able to hit me. Wrong. First of all, there is a possibility that a djinn comes flying over and starts shooting. That's a possibility. Another possibility is an ogre gets here and gets past the reflection and gets stuck behind his physical wall. And then he starts to shoot. And then this one comes into place. So that's number 2. The same goes on this end. If this ogre passes this reflection beam and then he shoots, it goes over the minions, well, same thing. There's this one for. And this side wall, yeah, every now and again something gets from that side, but mostly it's from these two sides. This is just there to complete it all. Well, from the back nothing can come, so you're safe there. So yeah, that's the safe house. It works. Been tested many times. Every now and again you do get hit. I still don't really understand why. It's kinda silly, but yeah, every now and again you do get hit, so that's a bit of a shame. Then probably the reflection beams aren't set up properly. You might have to check it out, what's wrong with it and what made it hit it. Because there must be something that makes it being hit. And no, you don't. Minion was trying to get me, but I say no, 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 no way. So yeah, as you can see, a very easy setup. Go away, weird ogre. Oh. Something green. Well, I can tell already it ain't that great. I must admit this set that I'm wearing isn't the best either, but that's not great. Okay. Well, I'm gonna G again. Let's just get it over with. The amount of XP. Well, if you would play this and you don't get hit from wave 1 all the way to wave 14 and you get a maximum amount of DU and you didn't get hit and the crystals didn't get hit, so you have the 3 times the bonus of only using weapons, the bonus of the crystal not getting hit, and the bonus of you not getting hit. So the 3 bonuses. And what's it called? That you've built everything. I forgot about that for a second, but it will pop up soon at the end of this wave. Again, boots. Yeah, my boots suck, so yeah. So yeah, that bonus as well. So if you go from the first wave to wave 14, then you will get from 0 to 74. I've tested it myself with 2 characters, so if you have 4 characters you might even get a little bit higher, but with just 2 characters you get all the way to 74. I'm not sure how far you will get with just 1 person, but I'm pretty sure you would get pretty far as well. So yeah, after a while you would be able to get about 4 to 5 million per round XP, that is. 4 to 5 million XP per round. That's quite good. Also, on another side note, do not stand down here. I've seen many players who play this map online, in server or with friends or whatever. They stand down here and cover here. Yeah, that's nice, but from up here, copters come. Always. They always come. Those are nasty little buggers. And what do? They start shooting, 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 and before you even noticed it, you're dead. And where did they come from? Well, I'm not quite sure. All I know that they drop ogres right here. And then they're flying up here. And then they can either go this way, or they can go down here a bit, and then they start shooting at you. So be wary about that. You don't want that to happen. So yeah. Well, let's go to the next round. Almost done. There we go. And gone. Oh, I got hit. I got hit. So yeah, this is the setup pretty much. I must admit my stats are quite high. My building stats, I mean. But I'm positive that you should be able to do this even with a little bit lower stats, because it's all about aggro on this map as well. These minions will get a beating, but the mage should take a lot off of it. And if you use a monk to support your towers, I say that every time, use a monk to support your tower with a tower buff under number 2, then you should take a lot of pressure off of the minions as well, and you will boost your pretty much everything. You boost everything will double up in its damage. So yeah, that's also something you want to consider using. But if you just like DPS instead, you could use that as well. And well, if that's done, and if you find out that your setup simply works, then you don't have to maintain it, you can just stay up there. If not, you might have to walk around every once in a while. And with a monk it's easier to do so, because everything will be maintained. That bastard snuck up on me, and now I got hit again. Anything else I can tell you? Yes, there is. I told you if you have 10 extra DU what you could do. Well, then I would say 3 traps. 1 gas trap here, 1 gas trap here. That's to take away the Jins and the Sharkins that might get a chance to poke away your defense wall, your physical, and 1 here. And then you have 1 DU left, so that's a bit. Then you can just place another reflection here, or a reflection down there. You just have to see what needs to be reflected a little bit more. But yeah, that's what I would do. So 1 gas there and 2 gases down there to take the pressure off. Let's just go for the next round immediately. And what would you do with the... Whoa! Stop it! What's my computer doing again? What would you do with the MU? Well, I would focus it down here pretty much, because you're mostly up there in your safe room, so it's easier to see what needs to be maintained at that point. So I would put the 3 minions, because you can place 3, because you've got 3 left at this point. You've got 3 MU left, so you can place with 10 that's 13, you only need 12, then you have 1 left, so you can place 3. 2 archers and a spider, and it's completely, or just 3 archers. It doesn't really matter what you do. An archer, a spider can be nice, but yeah, I leave that up to you. But that's with the extra DU and MU. Defense units and minion units. So yeah, for now it's just sit down and enjoy the ride. Yes, yeah, it's going quite well, quite easy. But this setup is quite nice, it works. That's the important part, it works. Because today again I joined the game. Because I didn't feel like building, I was like, I just want to get the full amount of XP that's possible. And this guy had a really weird build, and it didn't work at all. Yeah, it worked from the beginning, but after a while it didn't. He had pretty much everything set around the crystal. 3 harpoons on this side, 3 harpoons on that side. These 3 face that way, and these 3 face that way. So you had a harpoon wall. It works for a while, but an ogre is not stupid. After a while, an ogre simply gets annoyed and starts hitting what's in front of it. It's just how it is. It does that every now and again. Not always, but sometimes it does. So his harpoons got hit, and he didn't have that much health on his harpoons. So after a while, they just died. Simple as that. I've got good health on my harpoons, but when a long way back, when I didn't have the gear, and I also didn't have the kobolds that I have now, I didn't have that much health on my harpoons either, because I was simply like this. My harpoons are in the back. My harpoons don't get hit, so my harpoons don't need that much health. You probably had the same idea in the same build. Well, if you do a build like that, then your harpoons do need health. But in this setup, they don't. Because ogres should never get near your harpoons, ever. They can get hit by a gas ball of the ogres, but yeah, they should be pretty much fine. Once again, I would say test it out and tweak your setup wherever it's needed to tweak. Because yeah, for me the setup works, but maybe you need some fine tweaking in the setup in your case. Well, final wave, let's go immediately. As I said, I'm not really upping all that much. Well, of course I hope this setup has helped you a lot in giving you a good idea how to beat this map, the King's game, and giving you a good access to a great amount of XP. This setup of course also works in insane or even lower difficulties, but yeah, then I would still consider this safe house. I always make it. Yeah, just make it. Doesn't matter. Better safe than sorry, right? Yes. And then you just can camp out here with all your friends. If your setup stands and you know it will work, you know it will hold, have trust. Trust your own towers, trust your minions, and ride it out. Just stand here, chat a bit, drink some water, read a book, whatever. You can do all of that and just see the magic of your towers, doing it all. Having good DPS is nice, but it's not always required. DPSs are pretty much only required against bosses. And because this map doesn't have a boss, you can just do it with good tower builders. So yeah, still far away from the end, but I would already say this was it. Thank you for watching. Yeah, 1500 enemies, it's quite a lot. The rewards here can be quite amazing. They can also be very bad. It's just, yeah, can be both. What? Defense units increased. Yeah, I didn't want that. Ah, it's why is it better? Well, it's okay, I will take it to sell it later. Always nice to have something like that in my shop. Will be sold very quickly. For one game of King's Game you get about 20 to 25 million XP. I don't know the exact count, but it's between that. It's above 20 and it's, yeah, I don't know if it's below 25. I wanted to say it, but I'm not sure about that. I just know it's above 20 million, and that alone should be enough reason to want to play that map over and over and over again. I've played this map so many times. After a while it got boring, and yeah, I haven't played it for a long time, and I was like, hey, why not do a guide on it? Also gives me a little bit of XP. Maybe it gives me a nice equipment as well. Who knows? Not that I really need another pawn shop, because this one is very good, but yeah, you don't know. You never know. Maybe it's something nice. Yeah, it's almost a wrap now. Yeah, and the huge amount of wyverns don't have a chance, because yeah, you've got. Also, we'll tell a little story about these the placement of these harpoons. Not a lag, I don't understand. This harpoon is faced this way, so it can cover those two sides. This harpoon is faced this way, so it can face those two sides. And this harpoon is faced this way for this. Same story. And below there is the same thing, so yeah. Anyway, this was Dutria, this was the King's Game, this was Nightmare Hardcore Mode, and this was my setup. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again. Bye bye for now.